So for the next haircut, we're gonna do the 180. And I'm not gonna set up everything back up for the sake of time. And all our combs and clips and stuff are still gonna be out here. We're just gonna get them all tidy and neat. Combs, clips, and our TPTs, and we have everything out. So make sure for the second part of this, we're not gonna have our 2 minutes set up. So for the 180, we will not have our 2 minutes set up. So, all right, so same thing. I'm gonna go, I already started the video, so same thing. So I am now gonna tell you, you have 30 minutes to perform the 180-degree long layered haircut performed with your shears. You'll be observed for client protection, safety, infection control procedures. You'll be informed when you have 15 minutes remaining. I'm gonna say you may begin. When I say you may begin, remember to sanitize your hands. And our setup's already out for the second time, so we don't have to worry about all that. And so we're gonna go ahead and start with our V, our tiny little V on the top. Oops, let me turn her towards you. The tiny little V on the top. And then bring it straight down, bring it together. Get my shears, cut. Okay. Oh, I forgot to section her. You guys need to section her first, I forgot. So we're gonna section her before we do our guideline. That's my fault. So, you guys, before we start making our guideline, we need to section it in however many parts you need. I'm gonna do ear to ear, and however many clips that it takes for you to be able to control the hair. And I'm gonna make sure you section it because you're gonna need to. So take it, wrap it. So before you make your guidelines, section your hair. And so I have 1, 2, 3. Don't take a lot of time sectioning your hair. Just make sure that you get her sectioned to where it works for you. 1, 2, 3. And then in the back, however you want to section it, I'm going to recommend taking out the mohawk section. And just take like an inch. Don't take a big wide section back here, just like about an inch. So let me move this out of the way. And then just clip this out of the way. Tuck it in. They don't like it when you leave it all messy, so don't do that. And then the other side. So, and then I just have that little bit. I'll show you the top of it. Okay, and so it's just this much right here. So I'm showing the video and then I'm showing you guys, okay? So now she's all sectioned off. So after she's sectioned off, we are gonna make our guideline. Remember to put our V in the front. I'm gonna move her a little bit closer because she's wobbling. I want to make sure you guys can see. And then we're gonna take our little V out here. Our V, our A, whatever you wanna call it. It's just a tiny, tiny section. So I'm going to show it in the camera and I'm going to show it in the, so I'm going to pull her down. So it's just like that. So now I'm going to make my first guideline. Pull her back just a bit. Her first guideline, make sure her head is straight. And then I'm going to bring it down, bring it together, and then cut. Okay, now I'm going to take my clip out in the center. I'm going to comb it forward. I'm going to move the hair out of her face and just do the center guideline. I have one on this side, one on that side, and then I'm bring this piece straight up. And then find my guideline. There's my guideline under my fingers. And I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to lay this piece over. I'm going to grab a piece, I'm going to bring this piece straight up because it's in my first section. She's half wet, half dry, so I'm going to bring it straight up. And then since I'm on this side, instead of moving all around, I'm going to take this side, I'm going to take the clip out and I'm going to divide it in half. You can bring it all up if you want to. If you can control the hair like that and bring it all straight up like that, because you are going to run out of hair. So I brought it all up, or you can cut it in half, or you can divide it in half, whatever works best for you. Straight up, and then what you do to one side, you have to do the other. So I'm going to take my clip off, and I'm going to bring it straight up, just run it around, straight up, and then find my guideline cut. So my top and sides are cut. I'm going to comb her out, and then I'm going to get the hair out of her face, turn her around. And I have my section right here, the middle section, the mohawk section, right here and right here for you guys. I'm going to bring her straight up, get a piece from the top right here, and then vertical subsection straight up. Find my guide. So my guide is under my fingers here. So I'm going to cut from here to here. And then whatever falls out, like if that falls out, it's okay. It just doesn't reach. So you're going to bring it straight up. Hold your fingers straight. Don't cut past your second knuckle. You're going to comb, transfer, cut, and then palm. Okay, so that piece is done. So then I'm on my left side. So I'm going to take out half of this piece right here. Move that piece over and get a piece of my previous guide. And I'm going to bring it straight up. And there's my guide under my fingers. I'm going to cut it. And then I have one piece here, my next piece left, right here. Let me face towards the camera. So I got that. And take a piece of my previous guide, bring it straight up. Find my guide. There's just a little bit of stragglers there. I'm just going to cut them. So now I'm going to do the other side. And then comb it down. All this is cut except for this side. So I'm going to use this piece for a guide from the center. And I'm going to make a vertical section on the other side. Move that hair out of the way. Move that hair out of the way. And then I'm going to go straight up so you guys can see. There's her face right here. And bring it straight up. Find my guide. My guide is under my fingers. It's right there and right there. And then take my last piece. I'm going to comb it down. Take a piece of my previous guide and take the rest of the hair that I have. I'm going to bring it straight up. And then there's my guide, and I'm going to cut it. So then I'm done with my haircut. So I'm going to go back, and you don't have to divide it in half if you don't want. You're going to go back and then comb it down. Make sure it's even on the bottom. If it's not even, make it even. You don't need to do a 0 because you already have. But if it's not even for some reason, make it even. So I'm going to just check it. Make sure it's even. Center left back to the right without parting it or anything. Because remember, you just did your 0 degree. And then we're going to make sure these sides are nice. Yep. So after you check your haircut and check your front, see how she's doing. Good enough. Good enough. Then you are going to sanitize your hands, step back, raise your hand, and then I'm going to have you check your haircut. And then and then at the end of this assessment, I'll have you please sweep. Okay? So, any questions?